Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Kesubos Daf Chavtes, brand new perik. Elu Nairis, the famous Elu Nairis. The 8-minute daf. Today we're going to learn about Kamle b'derabba minei, that a person is chayiv a knas when he's ma'anas, even a mamzeres and his own sister, and many other halachas. The Torah tells us that if a person was ma'anas, forced a woman and violated her, and she's a naira besula, then he's chayiv a knas. So the Mishnah adds and says there are women that you think that typically they wouldn't be chayiv a knas. Let's say he's ma'anas, a mamzeres, which is a chiyuv lav, a nesina. Nesina, there's a nation, they were part of the Knaanim who fooled Klai Yisrael, pretended they came from a distant land, and they said they want to make peace with Klai Yisrael. Turns out that they were Knaanim, Nesinim. The reason they called Nesinim, Yeshua made them the wood choppers and the water carriers because he didn't want to break the shvuah that he made with them. Kusis, also, there's a question in the Gemara whether Kusim are Gerei Arayis, Gerei Emes, are they real Gerim? We're going according to the Man Omar that they're not real Gerim. Nevertheless, the Chiddush is you still have to pay a knas. The Mishnah adds, if a person was ma'anas, even somebody that's a chiyuv krisos, such as his own sister, he has to pay a knas. However, if there's a chiyuv misa, then we have a chiyuv misa of bezdin, then we have the concept of kamle b'derabba minei. When a person is chayiv misa b'dei adam, he's chayiv ha'einish, such as misa, then he doesn't have to pay the less severe punishment of the knas. If this girl was captured, or she became a giyares, or she was a slave who was freed less than the age of 3, in which case her psulim come back, then whoever's ma'anas her would be chayiv a knas. The Gemara tells us that there's really 3 stages in a woman's life. There's a stage called Ktana, that's from 0 till when she gets Simanim, 12. And then from 12 to 12 and a half, that's a Nara. And from 12 and a half onwards, she's a Begeres. Now, the Gemara tells us that from 1 day old till she gets Simanim, when she's a Ktana, a father could sell his daughter as a Shivcha. From the age of 3, there's a knas. Our Mishnah is like Rabbi Meir, that only a nara in that small window, from 12 to 12 and a half, is there a knas. That's the parsha of Oinus. Now, in the parsha of Oinus, it says the word nara, and it also says the word hana'ara. So the Gemara says that's actually 3 words: nara, nara, and the extra hey is 3. By mefata, seducing this girl, it says psula, besula, habesula. The extra hey, again 3. The Gemara tells us that 2 of those, nara and besula, like the red and the blue, one is to tell us the actual halacha that you have to pay a knas for a nara, you have to pay a knas for a besula in oines and mefata. One of them comes to teach us Abaya's halacha, that if somebody's ma'anas a girl and she dies before they get to go to Bezdin, he's pater, because it says to the father of the Nara, which means that she's still alive. And another word comes to tell us the Gzeir Shava. There's a Gzeir Shava between Oinus and Mefata to teach us that the Chamishim that says by one and the Kesef Shkolm that says by the other goes together. So both the Oinus and the Mefata, it's 50 shekel kesef. So now we're left with 2 words. Ha nara, ha besula. What do we do with those? That teaches us this idea that if somebody's ma'anas, a chayv elavin, like Imam Zeres, or a chayv krisis, like his sister, he's chayav knas. Our Mishnah does not go according to Shimon HaTimni, who says that there's no knas when the kedushin doesn't grab at all, and Shimon ben Menasya, who says that you have to be able to live with this woman. A mamzeres, you can't live with her. The kedushin is chal, but you can't live. So what's the nafkamina? Exactly this. When you have a case of chayvi lavim, when the kedushin is chal, but you have to divorce her. According to Rebbe Kiva, the nafkamina is when you have an almana to a kain gadol or a grusha to kain hedyot, that the Torah tells us in that case the kids are not mamzerim, they're only chalalim, and therefore there's a chi of knas in that case. Have a wonderful day.